Oh, thank you.
I know. You can do like a file like a crop damage situation thing, and then you can kill the deer. But I don't know how that works. Like, they usually come out after dark. So I don't know how that is the case, or like kill the deer after dark. I haven't really looked into it. And also,
somebody that your house looks like a cottage. So does it really look like a cottage?
okay, who said that?
Who was it?
Was it somebody? Blah blah blah. Well, the neighbor stopped in and was like, "How many do you have?" She wants to make strawberry jam. She needs a bunch of them. Will we have more next week? Whatever. So then we were just standing there yapping with her, and then the next week when she came back, she was like, "Do you have anyone that would want a cleaning job? Like, I need a cleaner." And
so I can put this one in front and see.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Okay, barely though.
I don't know.
It's like the size of a book.
No. See, look, here's my phone. Here's the calculator. They're like the same size.
Yeah. Yeah, the calculator's a little bigger. Okay.
Oh boy, my phone's on 2%.
Oh boy.
But the great thing about this calculator is I can do all sorts of scientific evaluations. I can do calculus on here. I can do... Hello, and welcome once again back into Jarvis Unfiltered, where you don't know who I'm bringing on, except I know who I'm bringing on. And today, we're interviewing a good coworker of mine, Kristina Fisher. How are you doing today, Kristina?
I'm good. How are you?
Really good today.
This is so fun.
Yeah, so I sent you a list of a bunch of questions here, and we're just gonna go through them today. But
yeah.
First, we got some fun things to talk about. So, you might have remembered I sent you a Google form to fill out.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And I didn't respond for 6 whole weeks.
Yeah, you did not.
Yeah, that was that.
So, one of the questions on the Google form was, please write a biography. And you, skipped a lot of stuff on the biography.
And what would you highlight that I forgot to mention?
So, you forgot the part where you went from Amish to not Amish. Which, that's like a big life event. It was
yeah, I guess that is a pretty big deal, huh?
Like, you didn't wake up one morning and just decide to leave, right?
No, it was a process. Yeah, I probably should have mentioned that, or included it at least.
Yeah. How long, when you first thought about leaving, how long after that did you actually leave?
Well, I mean, I thought about it, back before my now husband and I were dating, but it was not, to the point that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And then we started dating, and it just, we kept talking about it, but it was, we kind of thought we would be Amish. And then when we were engaged, and I had joined church already. I had joined the Amish church. And then when my fiance went to join church, and he was having some issues with some of the stuff, and then we were struggling with it individually and as a couple.
Yeah.
And then so it was kind of during that whole engagement period, and then we decided, no, we're gonna try it. We're gonna get married Amish. We're gonna shot, and we're really gonna try this. And then it just it didn't take long into being married that we were this is not gonna work, and then we were still trying to make it work for a little bit. And then so we were married for almost a year until we officially left them. So yeah.
Okay. That makes sense there. Yeah. Okay, so it's been 3 years that you actually thought about leaving?
Well, a year and a half that we seriously wrestled with the idea. And then previously it was just kind of whatever. It was a conversation we kept having, but it wasn't a serious are we going to do this or not type of question.
Okay. So another thing in your biography, you go from, you start off with, I was born and raised in an Amish home with 4 sisters and 2 brothers.
Don't read my whole biography.
Okay. But like,
I've never written a biography before. This is crazy.
you go from being born to, at 18, I became a school teacher.
Yeah.
That's like 18 years of mystery.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a lot happened in between there, that's for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just dive right into these questions here. And
all right.
So I have 5 siblings, which I think is a whole lot of siblings. But you had 6 siblings. So what was that
yes.
like? Was it very chaotic?
Yeah. It's like, it was chaotic and it's still chaotic, but it's so much fun. Like, I'll go up to my parents and everybody's around and we all start like talking, and all of a sudden there's like 4 different conversations happening and you want to be in all 4 of them, and you're just like all like shouting to be heard and like all like trying to talk over each other, you know? We're just that kind of family. Like, we're all so like loud and want our opinions to be heard, and so it's very, very chaotic, but it's like so much fun. It's the best. Okay. I love coming to the family. It's so much fun.
Interesting. Do you think you're gonna try to have a huge family too, or do you want it small?
I don't know. We'll see. Luke comes from a family of, he has 4 siblings, so there's 5 of them, and there's 7 siblings in my family. So, yeah, probably somewhere around there.
Okay.
Give or take.
Okay. So, yeah, another thing, like all the other Amish kids, you went up to grade 8, and then after that, you were done schooling. But, do you ever wish you went past grade 8, like into high school or even to college, even?
I don't know. Sometimes I think it would be nice just to have like my diploma. That way, if I'd want to homeschool my kids, I wouldn't have to go like try and get my GED or whatever. But like, I don't know what I would do with higher education. Like, I don't need that for my job. I don't need that for what I want to pursue in life. You know what I mean? So, like, for me, I don't think that would really benefit me, because I started working, then I started going to market, and I had a couple other jobs, and I feel like I learned a lot about life and interacting with the world and just, like, growing individually without going to high school or college.
Okay. And if you did want to homeschool your kids, you actually wouldn't need your GED, because you just hop over to the bridge into New Jersey, and the only really requirements are NJSA 18A 38-25, which says every parent, guardian, or other person having custody and control of a child between 6 and 16 has to ensure that the child regularly attends the public schools of the district or a day school in which there is given instruction equivalent to that provided in the public schools for children of similar grades and attainments, or to receive equivalent instruction elsewhere than at school.
Interesting. So, does somebody come out and like check that out and make sure that is an equivalent form of education?
No.
Or how does
you don't even have to tell the state that you're homeschooling.
Really?
Yeah.
So, is that like for New Jersey alone, or is there other states that do that as well?
I'm not sure. I know New Jersey is like the most lenient state in the union regarding homeschooling.
Okay.
Because New Jersey just doesn't care, because we're New Jersey.
They're just like, yeah, you do whatever.
Because, like, people think, like, other states are crazy and stuff. It is New Jersey that is the crazy state. Because, like, we'll just do the randomest stuff here.
Yeah, like what else? Give me some examples.
George Washington, like, crossed the Delaware River from New Jersey to Pennsylvania to start a war.
Mm-hmm.
So that was where our craziness started.
That was the start of it all.
And we tried to steal the Statue of Liberty from New York.
Yeah, see, I don't want to be associated with any of that.
Why not? It's fun. But there does exist some case law regarding homeschooling in New Jersey, because there was State versus, I think that's pronounced Vong, and that case dealt with the procedures to be employed when a parent or guardian is charged with failing to cause a child to attend school under the compulsory education law. And then there was another that was State versus Massa, which in court the parents were charged with failing to cause the child to attend school under the previous mentioned law. And the issue before the court was whether the parents were providing equivalent instruction.
Interesting.
And in educating the child at home, the parents were required to show only that the instruction was academically equivalent to that provided, like in the local public school.
Okay.
Yeah, so as long as you're providing quality education, you should be fine in New Jersey. You don't necessarily have to have a GED. I know in some states you do, which that could be the case in Pennsylvania.
I think Pennsylvania you do.
Yeah, okay. Let me look here.
It might be like you or your spouse. There might be something like that. I'm not sure what all the jazz is, but yeah.
Okay. The search assist here says Pennsylvania requires parents to submit a notarized affidavit to their local school district to homeschool their children, along with maintaining a portfolio and conducting annual evaluations. And additionally, homeschooling is regulated with specific subjects and instructional days mandated by law.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think about that question? Like, are you glad you have a diploma, like, in a high school education, or do you think it's kind of like whatever?
Well, I don't have my GED yet. I still have 1 year left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This gonna be like the most, like, the worst year yet, because it's like you're so close, but it's just gonna be so slow. Because now you're at the hardest part.
Right.
But yeah, a GED I think is pretty nice to have, especially with the career I want to go in, because I'll probably have to get my college, at least an associate's, to be a pilot eventually.
Yeah.
But I know, like, a lot of jobs now want you to have at least a GED.
Right.
So that can be useful for that. But I don't necessarily think that you have to have a GED to, like, be, like...
Like, be successful.
Yeah, be successful.
Like, yeah.
Because, like...
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like, a lot of people have not attendance, like, dropped out of school and, like, did great stuff. Like, Bill Gates... Go out! Go out! Brother's trying to sneak in here.
Hey!
Bill Gates, he attended, I believe it was Harvard for a while, before he dropped out to start Microsoft.
Really?
But obviously he was pretty smart because he got into Harvard.
Right, so he had his high school education, he just dropped out of college.
Yes.
Right.
Pretty good college at that. Yeah, so... After you finished your education, you did some stuff, and then when you turned 18, you became a school teacher. So how was that? What was it like being a school teacher?
That was great. I loved it. So a little backstory. When I was 17, I was a teacher's helper for a year. So one of my good friends, who's a little bit older than me, was a teacher, and she asked me to be her assistant. So I was there like 3 days a week, I believe it was, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I believe. And I would so we have grades 1 through 8 in an Amish one-room school. So that year, I think there was 19 kids. And then I had certain grades that I would basically teach and take care of. We would go up to class and I would explain their lessons. And if they had any questions, I would help them. And so I think it was grades 2nd, 3rd, and 4th that I kind of took care of. And then the days that I was there. And then my friend who was a teacher took care of the other grades, and then the days that I wasn't there, she would do them all. So that taught me a lot. Like, I learned so much that year just by like helping somebody else, and yeah, just a little bit of experience. And then that it was that year, like during the winter or something, that the school that I was a teacher at then came to me and asked if I would be a teacher when the school started in the fall. So then I said yes to that. And so that I was 18 until I started being like the teacher then. So, and that was really fun. So that was in 2019. So my first year, it ended up being COVID that year. So I started in 2019, and then it was into 2020. So that was very interesting and challenging and chaotic. But then I went back the next year, and then we had like the full term. So it was really fun. I loved it so much. It was a really sweet season. It was also very busy. So I had 25 kids my first year, and then 28 the second year. And then I had a helper 3 days a week, I think it was, one of my good friends. And that was such a big help. Like, I could not have done it without her. She kind of did like I did when I was the helper, where she had certain grades, and then she would help me like check the books and help me clean up after school, and just like, yeah, there's no way I could have done it without her. But yeah, it was a very busy season of life too. Like, I had stuff to do in the evenings, I had art projects to prepare, lessons to prepare, schedules to make, all that stuff. And like, even on the weekends, like Saturday was my day off, but it really wasn't. Like, I had so much catch up to do, and it felt like I missed out with time on my family sometimes, and like hanging out with friends, because I just like always had school stuff to do. But I only taught for 2 years, so it's not like it was, an ongoing thing. So.
Okay. And so, like, what subject were you like very fond of teaching, and were there any subjects that you really didn't like teaching?
I really like history. History has always been one of my favorite subjects, so I enjoyed that. German isn't my favorite. So we teach German, and it's like the High German, and they would like preach that at church, but they would also mix like a lot of Dutch in it and like some English. And I feel like I did not grow up talking German. I grew up talking Dutch and English. So German was always like hard for me because I never spoke it. We just like read it sometimes. And I like heard it at church, but it was, with Dutch mixed in and English mixed in. So I never really enjoyed German, and it was definitely more challenging for me to teach it. But I enjoyed history. I really enjoyed art. I love art. I love crafts. So that was always fun. I enjoyed math because, I don't know, I don't like love numbers, but like math, it's very repetitive. Like, we did it every day. We did it for an hour and a half, or like an hour, whatever it was. And it makes sense. Like, everybody has their assignment. You go up there, you teach it, everybody gets it. Just makes sense. So, yeah, math, history, art.
When you're saying that you spoke Dutch, you're referring to Pennsylvania Dutch, right?
Yeah, Pennsylvania Dutch.
Okay.
Yes.
And that language is descended from German, though, right?
Yeah, it's a dialect of it.
Okay.
Yes.
That confused me at first, because I thought Pennsylvania Dutch was just like a dialect of like the Dutch language.
Okay.
But they're not related very much. Yeah, but so you didn't like math, but you liked it was repetitive?
Well, like, when I was going to school, I didn't like math, really. Like, it was just like this tiresome subject. But like, I enjoyed teaching it. Like, it makes sense. I think that's why I enjoyed teaching it, is because like the numbers add up. Like, they make sense. And it's like, to explain it, you put it all out on paper, and it's there, and everybody can see it, and it makes sense. It's not necessarily like this big fun thing for me, but it makes sense, and like it's explainable, and like, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I didn't like history for the longest time, but I think I'm getting into it more now because I'm studying politics a lot right now.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I'm getting into a lot of, like, researching the Romans and the Greeks.
Oh, yeah, that's
so I
fun.
think I'm more into history now than I was previously.
Yeah.
There's just so much history, though. It's hard to keep it all straight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So when you were you were an Amish school teacher, and then you were in Amish school. Were there any sports that you guys played? Was there a lot of sports, or not really?
So we had a recess, like, in the morning for 15 minutes, like, after math class, and then we had, like, our lunch break, and then we had another, like, 15-minute recess in the afternoon. And we would, if it was, like, nice out and it was warm and sunny or whatever, we would usually play baseball. And then if it was colder, we would play, like, a running game, like, some kind of, like, I don't know, interactive game where you're, like, running around, especially, like on cold days, or we'd play soccer or something like that. So usually if it was nice, we'd play baseball, and then, like, through the winter when it was colder, we would usually take turns, like, picking a game. We had, like, a bunch of games that we all knew how to play, and we would, like, take turns picking.
Okay. So you say that you played baseball during the 15-minute recess. But
Yes.
the average length of a baseball game is 2 hours and 36 minutes.
Oh, yeah. So we'd start, and then when the 15 minutes was up, we would, like, usually finish our inning, and then we'd go in, and we'd, like, remember where we were at, and then, so before we dismissed for the next recess, we'd be like, okay, so which team was in, who was up, who was, whatever, who was at bat, and then we would just go out there and play another couple innings, and then, yeah. So then our lunch break was usually like an hour.
Oh, okay.
Or 45 minutes. So we could play a good bit then.
Okay, yeah. So you had an hour lunch.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense than just, like, the 30 minutes.
In the day?
Yeah, of break.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Makes a lot more sense. Alrighty. So after teaching, you go to work at the farmer's market, and then you started 2 other part-time jobs. And so that's what happened after that there. And so after what am I saying? Then after that, you started dating your husband. So what was it like dating when you were Amish? Was it more like courting, or was it dating?
No, it was like dating. What is courting? What is the definition of that?
Okay, so courting, basically, it's kind of like being on a date, except you go to her house, her parents are there, and you're getting to know, like, everybody.
Like the whole family, like it's a family event.
Yeah. And
Okay.
to court a woman is synonymous with, like, woo a woman. So it's more of, like, a romantic context than, like, dating.
That sounds so weird. No, so we dated.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was 21. I just turned 21 when we started dating. So I was, how old was I? I was 19 when I quit teaching. Or, no, I had just turned 20, I think, when I quit teaching. And then I started dating my now husband when I was 21.
Okay. Interesting.
So yeah, the whole, like, dating piece, it's like, I feel like we did it differently than what, like, you guys would do it, just because, well, like, I didn't drive, my husband drove a vehicle, but I didn't. So he would usually, like, come to my house, pick me up, and then we would, like, go hang out with friends, or, like, go hang out with his family, hang out with my family, or, like, we would go out to eat, or, like, something like that. And then sometimes he'd come to my house, or I'd go to his house. So the Amish have church every other weekend.
Yes.
And so it just so happened that the weekend that my church had services, his church didn't. So we had church on opposite Sundays. And the Amish churches work in districts, so it was like the area that you live in. So it wasn't really like we could attend the same church because it was like the area that we lived in. So we had church opposite Sundays. So sometimes he would come to my house and go with me to attend my church, or I would go to his house and go with him to his church. So he would sleep over sometimes, or I would like sleep over at his house sometimes. So it was often that we were with family. Like if we'd be at my house, we'd hang out with my family if they were around. But it wasn't like a weird like courting situation. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then so we go to church in the morning, and then sorry, what?
Your parents let him sleep over?
I mean, yeah, like he would just like sleep on the couch or something.
Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like
that would get me kicked out of my church.
What?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't weird like that. Me and Karis just had a conversation about this, and she was flipping out about it. Like, it's not weird like that. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, the culture is just like so different, I guess. I don't know. So the thing is, like, my brother is not Amish anymore, and like he's dating a girl that was never Amish, and they never like sleep over at each other's houses because they both drive, and so he'll just come home to sleep, she'll just go to her house to sleep, whatever. But like for me, I didn't drive, so he would have to like drive me home and then go back to his house and then come back to my house. Like it was just a lot of that, and so it just like is very normal in our culture, I guess, to like stay at each other's houses. I don't know. It's not weird at all. Like it's not, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not weird. Anyway, so then we go with each other to church or whatever, and then in the evening we would have youth group, which is more like what your young adults group would be, I guess. So like when you turn 16, then you start going with the youth. Another term for it is rumspringen, but like, you know, that's a buzzword. So anyway,
Skip says
you turn.
Skip said he was rumspringen when he turned 16.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, whatever. Rumspringen. I don't know. Anyway, so basically you turn 16 and then you join a youth group. There's a bunch of different youth groups. And so then those like get together on Sunday evenings. So it's usually like 5:30. You have somebody hosts, and so you go there for dinner. And then if it's like through the summer, then you play volleyball outside or play games outside. If it's through the winter, then you're usually like in their upstairs of the barn or their basement or wherever they're having the gathering. It's usually like, I don't know, anywhere from like 50 to 150 people. Like there's different sizes, youth groups. So like in the winter, then you play card games and stuff. And then at like, usually like 7:30, 8 o'clock, everybody files in, and they have like benches and tables set up, and then they have like songbooks, like hymn books, and then we usually like sing songs for an hour, and then it's usually over by like 9 o'clock. Everybody goes home. So then that's when like the dating couples would go like have their date officially, like that would be the date or whatever. I don't know. So basically all that would happen is Luke comes, or like we go to my house and hang out for like an hour or two, and then he goes home. But like when they say like they're having a date, like that's what that would be referring to, is like the Sunday night hang out for like an hour after the youth group.
So a lot of your dates with him were like chaperoned then, right? Because there were like other people there?
No, so it was at my house, but it was like 10 o'clock at night. Everybody's sleeping. We're just like sitting in the living room hanging out.
Okay.
Or like if it's in the summer, we're like sitting out around the campfire or whatever. But like my family was not around usually. Like they would kind of like leave us be, you know?
Yes.
So it used to be that was the only, like I'm talking back in the day, like back before my parents' time. That was like the only time that you hung out with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Like, you didn't, that was before you hung out, like, Saturday nights. You didn't hang out through the week. Like, you would not see each other because you all had, like, you were working on the farm, and there was, like, you were 20 miles apart, and you didn't get a driver. The only way you went is with your horse and buggy, so you just, like, didn't see each other. And then Sunday night, you would go to the youth group, and then the boyfriend would take his girlfriend home and then hang out for a couple hours, and that was when they would catch up on life. But obviously, we have evolved.
Okay. Interesting. You've never driven a horse and buggy, right?
I have not, no. I've driven, like, a pony already. We had a pony growing up, and, like, we drive him to school usually. So I've driven a pony, but not, like, a horse with a buggy.
Okay. Interesting. So you have, like, a big garden, right?
Yeah, it's decent sized, I guess. When you asked me, like, how big it is, I was like, I have no idea. And so I asked Luke, and he said it's probably, like, 30 feet by 40 feet. And I was like, if I say that on the podcast, all the girls listening to this are going to be like, I don't know what that means. So I Googled it, and a pickleball court, the official pickleball court dimensions, are 20 feet by 44 feet. So I guess, like, similar to pickleball, a little bit bigger. For all you girls out there that can't vision 30 feet by 40 feet.
Okay, so do none of you guys know what a ruler is? Because he said probably 30 feet by 40 feet.
Right. We were not home at the time, so he wasn't, yeah. He didn't get his tape measure out because we weren't home at the time. I forget where we were going. Oh, I think we were on the way home from the beach. We went to the beach for the day on Sunday, and I was, like, thinking about these podcast questions, and I was like, oh, by the way, and he was like, yeah, probably, like, 30 feet by 40 feet. I don't know, somewhere around there. So,
okay.
I didn't get my yardstick out.
Interesting. I heard Rose was at the beach the other day on Sunday.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
So Luke and I went, and then Rose, Mary, and Jen went, and then Kaylee met them there. So we were all hanging out.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Fun.
Yeah, it was.
Let's see. So in your garden, what's in your garden? Is it like a lot of stuff in your garden, or is it just like one thing?
Oh yeah, no, it's packed full. I have a lot of stuff in there, and I still have seeds for more flower seeds that I didn't have room for. So I don't know how we're gonna fit all that in, but I have a lot of vegetables. I have, like, corn, potatoes, onions, carrots, lettuce, radishes. I have tomatoes and peppers, string beans. What else do I have? I have a bunch of herbs, so, like, chives, parsley, cilantro, basil, oregano, lavender. What else do I have? Garlic. And then I have, like, a bunch of flowers. I have, like, dahlias and zinnias and cosmos and, I don't know, all kinds of, like, filler stuff. I have a little bit of fruit. I have some red raspberries, and I did have strawberries, but the deer pretty much destroyed my plants, so I don't think I'll be getting very many berries this year, but...
Well, you hunt, though, so it's in your ability now to go take revenge. Oh, thank you.
I know. You can do, like, file, like, a crop damage situation thing, and then you can kill the deer. But I don't know how that works. Like, they usually come out after dark. So I don't know how that is okay to, like, kill the deer after dark. I haven't really looked into it. And also, I don't know if you're allowed, like, if that counts, if it's not professional. If it's not professional growing. If it's just a home garden. I don't know if that counts.
Okay. I just got paid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Always nice.
How many hours did you work?
Well, this isn't from Skip. This is from my local township. Yeah.
The one where they paid you, like, a lot to just sit there and read a book? Maybe I shouldn't say that publicly.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't say that. It was pole working, and I got complimented for working the hardest.
Really?
Yes.
And by working the hardest, what does that mean? Like, were you the friendliest, or were you the fastest, or how did?
I was like definitely very fast at working the polls.
Okay.
It was probably because all the voters who came out, I don't know them. You know, I don't like talking to strangers, so I'm just trying to get them away from me as fast as possible. Yeah, back to my book. It was a good book.
Yeah.
I read the rest of Taxes for Dummies 2026 edition.
Oh.
I started it back in April when I was doing back in February when I was doing my taxes. And then I never finished it. But I finished my taxes, though.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
Don't want to get arrested.
Nope, not that. That'll be on your record for a while.
Yeah, probably.
So you did say there was fruit in your garden. But like, what kind of vegetables are in there, and what's your like favorite to make?
All the vegetables that I just named, like potatoes and corn, tomatoes and peppers.
Is corn a vegetable?
Yeah.
It is.
And like tomatoes, controversial.
Are fruit.
People say that's fruit. I consider it to be a vegetable.
But the seeds are on the inside. It is a fruit.
That's just me. Peppers, is that a fruit? That has seeds.
Yeah, it's a fruit.
On the inside. Okay. I didn't know the seeds was the defining factor. But like for me personally, they'll always be a vegetable. But that's okay. We can vary on that.
Did you know potatoes aren't vegetables either?
What are they?
It's a root.
They're a root vegetable.
No, it's just a root. It's like a tumor.
It's not the root.
It's officially called a tumor.
Yeah, it grows like off the root, but it's not like the actual root. Because like it grows on the root, and then the root dies, and then the potato remains.
Interesting. I'm like 1,000% sure it's not a vegetable though.
Okay, you're probably right.
Oh wait.
There again, in my eyes, it'll always be vegetable.
Okay, wait. We have a post on Reddit, which is the source for truth. 13 online says.
No, it's real.
What did you say?
Now we'll know the truth.
Yes.
I think that's what I said.
So 6 years ago, Anime DIJINN on r/AskAnAmerican says, "Do you consider potatoes a vegetable?" And 13 online says, "It is a root vegetable." Dang it. And then Thesia says, "Of course. What else would they be?"
See, that's what I'm saying.
See, this is why I don't like Reddit.
Thank you, Reddit fans. Woo! This is where we need like a clapping track.
I don't got fans.
I wish the girls
Reddit.
were here.
Yeah.
I wish the girls, but my sisters were here.
Podcast audience.
We're gonna be. Yeah.
Her sisters were all like, "We are gonna be on the podcast recording and be a laugh track," and then they all had this thing called work, which is like the lamest excuse I've ever heard. He's like, "There's this thing called PTO. Just use some of the PTO."
I don't think they will get paid time off for coming to my house to be the laugh track on a podcast and recording. I don't think that's how their jobs work. Unfortunately, that would be pretty cool if they would.
Interesting. Okay. What's your favorite fruit that's in your garden?
Oh, I forgot to mention. I don't think I mentioned that I'm also growing carrots and onions. Did I mention that?
I think you mentioned carrots. I don't think you mentioned onions, though.
I'm very excited about my carrots this year because I planted like the regular orange carrots, but I also planted rainbow carrots, which should be fun. They're like purple, orange, yellow. It's like a mixture. It's going to be really fun to see.
Awesome.
What was your question again? Sorry.
What's your favorite fruit you're growing?
Oh, well, the red raspberries, I guess, because the strawberries are no more. So that just leaves the red raspberries.
Okay.
Because in my eyes, tomatoes and peppers are not fruit.
Okay. Let's see here. Next question. See, I asked that one. Oh, I heard from somebody that your house looks like a cottage. So, does it really look like a cottage?
Okay, who said that?
Who was it?
Was it somebody that was at my house?
Yeah.
Because you asked me that question and I was so confused. I was like, do you mean like the outside of it? Because no.
It was either Karis or Ashley.
Okay. And they were both at my house. But if it's like the inside, also no. It's not like a small cottage. You know what I mean? It's not like the cozy cottagey feel. It's a pretty big house and it's brick. So it doesn't really, when I hear cottage, I think of this little 1-story, maybe Cape Cod design cottage thing with stone and a lot of architecture and that type of thing. Not brick. Not a 2-story brick house, So I guess no.
Okay. Interesting. So you don't think it looks like a cottage? Because
No, I would not say it would.
I have it on good authority. It looks like a cottage. And the part I can...
Well, you'll have to ask the good authority to define the terms. What do you mean by that?
The part I can...
How is it a cottage?
The part I can see right now in the camera looks cottagey to me.
Okay. Well then, who am I to say?
If Little Red Riding Hood was here and was going to her grandmother about to get eaten by the wolf, then that looks like a house she would go into to where her grandmother is.
This would be the house. Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. My house can be a cottage then. That's fine.
I still can't believe she got fooled by a wolf sleeping in her grandmother's bed thinking it was her grandmother. That makes zero sense to me.
How can you mess it up that bad?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll figure out if it's a cottage later.
All right.
So,
why don't you ask your trusted source more questions about it?
I bet it was Ashley. I'll text Ashley, and we should have an answer by the end of the episode.
She'll probably text you back right away.
Yeah. I was texting her earlier this morning, showing her pictures of what I was doing at work. And
was she so impressed?
I don't know. I think she was confused. Let me see.
That would make sense.
Yes, let's see. I sent her a picture of me painting stuff, and she goes, "What's that?" I go,
"Wait, you were painting?"
Yeah. But you can't...
The storeroom?
Well, you'll see on Thursday what I painted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that Ashley would be confused if she wouldn't know the context.
Yeah.
Or what's going on,
Okay. I sent it. You should have a response soon. Okay.
We'll see.
So, we'll put a pin in it, as the guy from Bolt likes to say. And let's move on. So, being formerly Amish, do you still like to make a lot of stuff at home?
Yeah. You mean cooking and baking and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. But I don't necessarily think that's an Amish thing. It's look at your family. You guys make a ton of stuff. Your sisters make sourdough and make a lot of stuff from scratch, and your mom, and does she have a garden?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I talked to her about it already. And she hunts and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know if that's necessarily an Amish thing. or it's not partial to the Amish, I guess I should say.
Okay.
But yeah, I do still really enjoy that. But I feel like it was more because my mom taught me that stuff. You know? My mom has a huge garden. Like, her garden is probably 4 pickleball courts. I'm not joking. It's so huge. And she loves it so much. So I feel like that's where I learned everything that I know. Like, last summer when I went to plant a garden by myself for the first time ever, I was calling mom up. I was like, hey, how do you do this? Hey, where does this go? Hey, what is this like? You know, all the questions. So I feel like that's where I get my inspiration, is from my mom. She taught me it. And so, yeah, just seeing her being in the kitchen all the time, cooking, baking, making things from scratch, growing her own food is kind of like where I got it from.
Okay. But what's your favorite thing to bake?
I don't know. I like making cookies, but it kind of takes long. You know? Like dipping all these cookies out. I make cinnamon coffee cake every now and then. Luke really likes that. And that you can just like put it in a pan, bake it, done. And then I'll put like cream in sometimes. I recently made a shoe fly cake. Not to be confused with the shoe fly pie. It doesn't have the crust. So it's just like gooey on the bottom. And then it has like the crumb stuff on top. And Luke loved that. He was like, oh my god, you have to make this some more. And that was actually really easy. So I'll probably be making that again.
Okay.
A fun thing to make is red raspberry scones. They have red raspberries and white chocolate in. And the fun part about it is in the summertime, when I have red raspberries in my garden, I'll pick them and then I'll like make scones with them. So the red raspberries, they go bad really fast. Like, you have to pick them almost every day. Like, there's a little bit ready every day. And so if you like skip a few days, and then you'll have some out there that are like almost rotten that you need to use like right away. So I feel like we always have red raspberries in the summer. So sometimes I'll whip up a batch of those. That's really fun because they're from my garden.
Okay. I think I really love the shoe fly pie, but I don't like pie crust. So I think I would like the shoe fly cake thing.
I think you would.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to make you one sometime.
Yeah, because like I always get yelled at by my mom because like I'll eat quiche and stuff, and I'll like take like the thick part of the crust off.
Yeah.
Because
I don't either like the crust.
To me, it doesn't taste good because it's like if I wanted bread with my eggs, I'd get bread.
Right. Yeah, I don't either like the crust.
Interesting. Okay. So I asked you if you knew how to drive a horse and buggy, and you said you drove a pony. Yeah, but have you been reading any good books recently?
I'm reading Bonhoeffer right now. It's like about his life. Like, he didn't write it, but I forget who wrote it. I could get up, but then the microphone will move, so I probably shouldn't do that. And I was trying to read it on the beach, but it's not really a beach read. Like, you kind of have to stay focused and locked in. So I'm kind of having a hard time getting through that one. What else am I reading right now? I have one on my Kindle. I forget the name of it. It's just like a novel. Just like a fun little read. So not a whole lot. I just finished The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer. I think I was telling you about that one. I had given you a couple of his books to read, and then I was telling you that I got his, like, the favorite one of all of them that he wrote for my birthday. So I just finished that one.
Okay. How was that book like? Because I really like his reading style.
Yeah.
I mean writing style.
I was going to say, you mean writing style? It was really good. So it was the second or third time I read it. This time, I think it was less impactful for me just because, I don't know, you know how sometimes you read a book and you're like, wow, so good, yay, and it just like hits you. I think that's how it was when I read it the first time, and so now I just have like this very high view of the book because I read it and I was like, oh yeah, it's good, but like not as good as I remembered. I don't know. I think it was just a season of life that I was in. I was just really busy, and I was having a hard time saying no to things, I guess. and I think it was like during the season of teaching, and it just like really spoke to me in that time. But it's really good. I'd still recommend it. I'll have to bring it along for you to read sometime.
Do you know what one of my least favorite things is?
What?
It's when people say that they're in their season of singleness.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like,
it's kind of icky.
Because it's like they're trying to say that the reason they're single is because God has them in their singleness. And it's like a lot of the times the people who are saying that, you can like just look at them and be like, I can see why you're single.
You can like point it out, like that's the reason. Oh my. So what have you been reading lately?
So I finished Taxes for Dummies 2026 edition.
Huh?
I reread a economics book which was called How an Economy Grows and How It Crashes, which is basically it's an analogy with like a fish economy where they use fish as money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Skip gave me that book there.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm currently reading this book here, which is the Far Aim 2026 edition. And that's basically all the laws I have to follow to being a pilot. And you can see here it's pretty thick, probably about 2 inches thick.
Yeah, how many pages is that?
Let me see. I don't think it has page numbers since it uses law numbers, I think. Yeah, it doesn't have... Wait, no, it does have page numbers. The law part is about 471 pages. And then it's actually 2 books in one. It's the FARs, which is the Federal Aviation Regulations, which those are the laws. And then the back has the Aeronautical Information Manual, which is a separate book, which basically is how to fly. So that's useful to have.
So combined, it's 471 pages, or is that
combined it's longer than the Bible. It's over 1,000 pages.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll be working on that for a while.
Yeah, but I'm really reading the parts like that I care about. Like,
okay.
I don't have to study the parts of commercial pilots need to know. I just need to know what private pilots need to know. Okay. Right now. Yeah.
Wait, so you're not going to be like a commercial pilot?
Well, eventually I'll need to know that stuff when I do become a commercial pilot, but I don't need to know it now. Okay.
So you'll be reading it, like the whole thing, over a period of time. Like, eventually you'll read the whole thing. Gotcha.
Yeah. But they update it every year, so my copy will be... I'll probably be able to get the new copy next January. Okay. Yeah. Because what happens is all the laws here are updated throughout the year, and then they like become effective when they're released, but like they'll bundle it up into a new book eventually. Okay. All the new ones.
So like they'll change the laws a little bit here and there, or like are they just coming up with additional ones?
They'll change some, they'll get additional ones. Like, if you read the book, there are a lot of sections that say, like, reserved or reserved for future use. And that's if they want to, like, insert a new law there. But they could also just add new sections. Okay. Too, if they wanted to do that. Let me see if I have other books around here that I was reading. I recently reread Pride and Prejudice. That one was good. Oh, yeah?
How was that?
Really good.
How many times have you read it?
Probably about like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't see any other books around here that I've been reading. I recently, though, reread my bank contract. That was interesting. Yeah. Very fun stuff.
Was that a lot of pages?
It's like 20 or so.
Okay.
Yeah. Really fun. Oh. And for those of you who don't know, Jarvis Unfiltered is now on Amazon Music, which is really cool.
Yay!
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff up on there. You can listen to like all the episodes. On the last.
How did you get it on there?
Basically, I signed up for Amazon Music, and then I told them to get all my episodes from Spotify and put it on Amazon Music.
Okay, so nothing crazy.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Yeah. Ashley still has not texted me back on whether she told me your house was a cottage or not.
That's crazy. What could she be doing?
Well, she did have the baby.
Yeah. Could be something with him.
Yeah.
He's so cute. Have you met him?
No. I think I have a picture. Let me look. Yes, I have 2 pictures.
Aw. I held him.
Really?
He came into work one day, and then I held him. Yeah.
How come the only time she comes to work are the times I'm not there?
It's probably intentional, don't you think?
What?
What?
You know, I did pass by the one day. It was a Tuesday. I had just gone to the library so my mom could, like, vote and stuff. And then we passed by the market, and I saw her car there, and I was like, are you at the market? And then, like, 2 hours later, she was like, yes, you should have stopped in.
Why didn't you just stop in if you saw her car? Like, it's kind of an obvious thing.
My mom was busy. She had to do stuff.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, last Saturday. So, my brother graduates, and we're going home. We passed by the market. I'm like, I want a donut. Let's go into the market and get me a donut. And when I said, let's go into the market, I meant drop me off by the employee entrance so I can go in and get me a donut. And it takes, like, 2 minutes, like, tops.
And then what, you walk home?
We all went in there, and we must have been in there for, like, 25 minutes.
Yeah, you guys were standing in the way. We were trying to rack up, and your mom's just, like, in the middle of the aisle, and you and Kira are just there. I'm like, what are you guys doing here? And you're like, oh, we're just, checking out, whatever. Like, looking what you guys have, getting donuts. And then you just kept standing there. And I was like, guys.
I moved.
Like, trying to work here. Yeah, you moved then. Yeah, you did. So, you really thought your family would just send you in the market and let you alone.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I bike to the market all the time.
How far is it from your house?
Let me check. I have my watch here. I biked there today when I went into work.
At what time in the morning?
Like 6:20. I woke up at 5:30. I laid in my bed till 5:55. I got out, took my shower, and then I went to the market. Then I ate breakfast at the market, and then I started working. Okay, it's 3.29 miles. It took me 13 minutes and 5 seconds today.
To bike?
Yeah.
Okay.
My average speed was 15.1 miles per hour, and my max speed was 24.6.
Very nice.
Yeah, I almost went the speed limit.
Yeah, it reminds me of this morning. I was going to work, and there was this e-bike. So my husband was in the truck, like, in front of me, and I was in, like, my car. So we drove separately because I came home earlier. And he went to, like, go past his bike, but he was literally, like, the bike was, like, in the middle of the road. The bike didn't see there was, like, cars behind him. So then he, like, the bike swerved back over, and he was just, like, over there. And so Luke passed him, and then I passed him, and then we get to a stop sign. We make a left and go around a corner, and then there's another stop sign. And the bike was, like, well behind me, but it was an e-bike, so it caught up really fast. And it's, like, coming up behind me, and it sees me, but I don't think he realized how fast he was going yet. There was, like, another car ahead of Luke at the stop sign, and there was cars coming, so we were, like, sitting there. Well, the bike, like, is approaching me, and he, like, looks over his shoulder, and he literally almost ran into the back of my vehicle. Like, I was kind of watching him in my mirror, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Dude, what are you doing? And, like, I saw him, like, brace, like, he was, like, braking with his handbrakes and just, like, kind of bracing, but he didn't crash in the back of me, so praise the Lord for that.
Interesting. You know, I've gone faster than the e-bikes before.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your fastest speed?
The fastest I ever went was, like, 25.6, and I sustained that for, like, 12 seconds.
Were you, like, going downhill?
No, I was going uphill, actually.
You were going uphill?
Yes. So
Wow,
I should try going downhill.
Yeah. You should see how fast you can go.
Yeah.
Are all your roads really busy, or can you, like, is there a back road somewhere with a hill?
So the road I go on is, like, pretty fast. They go, like, 50. But sometimes I go into, like, developments and stuff and bike around, and that's, like, 25, 30-ish. But people are crazy. Like...
Yeah, people are crazy.
I was running, and I almost got hit, because guy turns corner, he never turned on his turn signal.
Oh, I hate that. I hate when people don't put on their turn signals.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. It's so annoying. I don't know how, like, you forget. Like, I don't know if that's the excuse. Like, they just forget.
And it was more annoying for me, because I almost got hit by the car.
Right. So what'd you do? Jump out of the way?
And I just went... So he was coming towards me as he was turning. I was crossing the road there. So I kind of just stopped and backtracked and went around the truck.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 So how's driving going for you?
Driving is going. Yes.
Do you have your license?
I do not have my license. I have my permit.
When can you get your license?
I can get it whenever at this point now, since I've been driving for 6 months.
Have you tried?
No, not yet.
Why not?
I don't know.
Are you scared?
My parents have to set up the appointment.
Are you scared?
No. I'm a pilot.
I know, but I don't think you like driving.
Yeah, well, if you're a pilot, you don't get scared easily. Because, like, you can be flying and, like, everything is wrong.
You just said...
But you still have to act normal. Like
you just said, like, people on the road are scary. Which is true. Like, I'm not denying that. But it sounds like you are a little bit scared.
Well, you should be. It was scary because I was running.
Right,
And I had the right of way as a pedestrian.
Right, exactly. So, what is the holdup with getting your license?
I don't know. I just don't drive well. I'm probably like one of the bad drivers on the road.
Oh, you're that guy. Oh no. Yeah, maybe just stick to flying the plane.
Yeah, flying's fun.
Instead of paying a driver to drive you around, or like getting an Uber. Or wait, no. Where am I going with this? No, I was gonna say, instead of paying a pilot to like fly you places, why don't you just pay a driver or like get an Uber to drive you around places? Like, you'll be the pilot, let somebody else drive you. Instead of how most of the world does it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I kind of approached that the wrong way.
I cannot wait till the day, though, that I get to make an emergency landing on a highway, though.
Ew.
How's that ew?
Sounds stressful.
It's like laying on a runway, but you just have to hope and pray the cars stop.
Yeah, exactly. And what if you have what if the highway isn't like very straight? Like, what if there's corners and there's trees on both sides?
Okay. Well, actually, the highway system was not made for civilians. It was made for the military, and most of the highway is straight because when they made the highway, they had it in mind so they could land the military jets on the highway to move troops around.
Well, I've been on highways that are anything but straight. But yeah, you're probably right. Like, a lot of them are straight. But what about just other stuff?
Well,
like the barriers and like...
When we're landing, we're looking for a 2-lane highway.
Yeah.
So, like, each direction has at least 2 lanes. And we're gonna land in the direction of traffic. So me and the cars are gonna go in the same way, because I'm going a little slower than the cars. So the cars in front of me will be going faster than me, so I won't run into them, and the cars behind me will stop, hopefully.
Right, because I see you.
And I'll just plop right down in between, and then I'll go onto the shoulder.
Good plan. I wonder how many pilots are excited for that to happen.
Well, it's fun because you can't just go land on the road randomly.
Yeah. It's very unpredictable.
Yeah. And the drivers will like it too, because it's not every day that they get to see somebody just, go down on the road.
Yeah. And the passenger who's in danger will like it too because you're getting them to safety.
Yeah.
Or if the whole plane is in danger, then they'll all be grateful. What about if you like land it in a river or something? Like that plane, what was it called?
The only plane that you'd want to like do an emergency landing in a river with is like a seaplane.
No, but what was that plane called? Or
Sully Sullenberger.
Yeah, the one that landed in the Hudson River.
That was what plane was that? Let me look this up. Miracle on the Hudson plane. I think it was a Boeing.
U.S. Airways Flight 1549.
Let's see. It was an Airbus A320. Okay. Did you know that was one of the first times they actually successfully did a water landing? Most of the other times, the plane just blew up on impact.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why it's like so famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I probably wouldn't want to go make a landing in the river just because it's like less predictable, because land is flat, but like a river, like an ocean, there's waves, so it's moving, so you're trying to go down at a good angle, but what you're looking at to keep that angle keeps moving, so you're not gonna like land how you want.
Yeah, I feel like a water landing would be very... I mean, like, any landing that is not on a runway and that is planned and whatever would be scary. But a water landing sounds very iffy. Like, I don't... No. No, thank you.
I landed in a field once. It was a runway, though. It was a grass runway. But it sounds cooler if I say I landed in a field.
Yeah. Was it like really bumpy?
Well, no, it was like packed down earth.
Okay, so it was like a normal thing for planes to land there.
Yeah, I forget what airport it was. Yeah, but it was a multi-runway grass field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to those questions I asked you.
Yes.
In that Google form, I asked you what is the most important piece of wisdom you know, and you said there's so many. Love your neighbor, always make things a little better than they were before, and then you wrote be kind in caps. Well, why did you write the be kind in caps?
Because I feel like it's very important. So I didn't know what to say, because I was like, I mean, I've gotten like a lot of advice over the years, and like when I was filling it out, I was like, I have no idea, like I can't think of a single thing. And so then I asked Luke, and he was like, well, what are some, like, oops, I just dropped my pen. He was like, well, what are some things that you try to implement in your life? Or, like, what are some, like, rules of life that you live by? So I guess that's where I came up with that stuff.
Okay. Are you taking notes? Because I keep seeing you writing.
No, I'm just scribbling on a paper.
Are you drawing? Or is it like
Not
words?
Really. No, it's just like doodling.
Oh. Doodling's drawing, you know that, right?
Okay, then yeah, I'm drawing. But it's not really, it's just like a bunch of lines. It's not like anything.
Interesting. So, what's like the most important thing Luke did that made you want him to be your husband?
Well, he's very patient. I can be very indecisive, and like I can also be very indecisive, and I don't know what the word is. Like I can get really overwhelmed about not even anything. And he was always like so understanding and so patient with me, and that was really big. That was really huge for me. And he was always a really good friend. Like, we always have so much fun together. And that was really important to me.
Okay. Interesting. And so, you dated for a year? Is that what you said?
We dated for almost 2 years. Um, and then we got engaged, and then we were engaged for about 9 or 10 months, I think. Yeah. So we were together for about like a little over 2.5 years until our wedding. Like, from when we started dating until our wedding.
Okay. Do you want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
So, it was Thursday. I come into work, and I'm doing my thing. I'm washing dishes and stuff. And Ree comes over, your sister, and she's all smiling and stuff. So I'm like, why is Ree smiling? Like, is something up or something? And she was like, Kristina got married, right? And I'm doing my dishes, and I'm obviously going to go over and say congratulations. But, like, I'm talking to Ree right now, and so it's not like I'm going to say congratulations to her, because she's not the one getting married. So I was like, okay. And I keep doing my dishes over here. And so I brought your donut dishes over, and I was going to say congratulations. I go over there. Ree's talking to you, and she was like, I just told Josiah that you were married, and he was just like, okay. And I was like, and then I come over, I'm like, congratulations, Kristina. And Ree just looks all confused for a second there. Because, like...
So, was this, like, right after our wedding, or what?
No, it was when he, like, when you got engaged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did Ree say to you? Christina's getting married.
Yeah, getting married.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yep. Very interesting.
So is that unusual for you to see Ree smiling, or what?
Not in the way she was smiling. She smiles a lot,
Okay.
but not in the way that she was smiling.
Okay.
Like, she was smiling in the... I have
So,
this,
like, excited.
Like, I have
excited.
something to tell you way. Not in
Right.
the, like... It's
like, guess what?
Happy or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
okay. That makes sense. Yes.
So, when you were 12, you got a job cleaning for your neighbor. So, what was that like?
Yes.
Were you, like, dusting and stuff?
Yeah, so how it happened, or how it started, was my mom had a bunch of strawberries in her garden. And she didn't want them all. So she put, like, a sign out at the end of the drive, strawberries for sale, blah, blah, blah. Well, the neighbor stopped in and was like, how many do you have? She wants to make strawberry jam. She needs a bunch of them. Will we have more next week? Whatever. So then we were just standing there yapping with her, and then the next week when she came back, she was like, do you have anyone that would want a cleaning job? Like, I need a cleaner. And it was like an older lady, like she had like 4 boys, and I think all except like one was married, so she was like a grandmother, and yeah, whatever. And they live on a farm, and she just wanted somebody to clean her house every week. And then my mom talked to all of us about it, and I was like, I could do it. I never like had a job before, so like, and I cleaned my mom's house, but I didn't really clean for anybody else, and like, whatever. So then my mom called her and told her that I would do it. So then, yeah, I would just go to her house. I think I was doing it like Saturdays for a while, or like after school if the Saturday didn't work out, and then like through the summer. And there was a couple times that I would go help her with like her flower beds or whatever. So it was just a couple hours a week usually, and I would just go and pretty much clean her house. I usually didn't do her kitchen. She usually did that, and then I did everything else. So I vacuumed, I dusted, I cleaned the bathrooms, I swept the floors, whatever.
Okay. I probably couldn't have somebody clean for me. I always like stuff in like a particular order.
Oh yeah,
and
that must be a man thing.
Because I don't like it when people like rearrange my stuff. I like it when I rearrange other people's stuff, but I don't like it when people rearrange my stuff.
Well, that's how I am too. Like, I don't want anybody to touch my stuff, but like, I'll touch your stuff, you know? And like, I'll organize your stuff. Like, Luke doesn't like when I touch his books, but like, his books are not on a nice even pile. So I'll put them on a nice even pile for him, because I'm doing him a favor by making them nice and even. But like, it's not really a favor for him, you know?
You see
his books are messed up then.
What you're doing is like, he put the books in a pile there, so he knows where all the books are. So if you're rearranging that pile...
No, I'm not rearranging the pile. I'm just, like, making them even. And he is a very organized person. So, like, he is not, like, sloppy. He picks up after himself very well. He is very, very organized. Like, some would say even more organized than me. Like, his drawers with his clothing are a lot more organized than mine. It might be because he has less clothing, so they're not as full, but whatever. He's very organized. So I'm not, like, reorganizing all his stuff and, like, going through his stuff and, you know, throwing stuff out because he refuses to. Not that type of thing. But I think it's just, like, even my dad, his desk is always really full because he has a lot of papers and a lot of things to handle. And when I would clean his office, usually, he'd be like, why'd you move my stuff? And I was like, well, I have to pick it up to clean the desk underneath it, and then while I'm putting it back down, I just make it like a nice stack, you know, even. But then he wouldn't know where his stuff is. So I feel like that's very normal. Like, I know where my stuff is, but if you touch it, then I won't know where it got to.
Yeah, it's like the worst thing a wife can ever do for a husband is organize his garage, because it might look like it is a mess with, like, tools strewn about, but how it actually is, he'll know where every tool
exactly where it's at.
But if you move it and try to put it in the right spot, he won't be able to find it now.
Yeah, so a little trick here. I clean the garage, I organize it, except for the corner of Luke's tools. I just let that move section, and I tell him, I clean the garage, I did not touch your section. If you have time, you can organize it. If you don't have time, you don't have to organize it. That's your corner. That's your problem. But I cleaned everything else. It works very well that way. Because, like, also, some of that stuff, I'm like, is this a tool? Is this junk? What is this? Like, I have no idea where this belongs, what this does for a living. Like, I have no idea. So it's better off if I just stay out of that corner. And it works great for both of us.
But, well, you see what happens is, wives will go in the garage, and they'll see this one tool. It's like a niche tool that does one job that she knows he's never used before, and throw it away. And then, like, the next time he does a big project, he's going to be looking for that one specific tool that does one job that he's never used before, and he won't be able to find it because she threw it away.
Right. Dangerous territory.
Yes.
Yes.
But another thing, though, is that wives will get their husbands tools for Christmas, which is a bad idea, because most husbands already have all the tools.
Well, you have to remember that some husbands will be asking for these tools. Like, Ashley was saying that Jared made, like, an Amazon wish list, and he just, like, added all the tools that he does not have that he wants. And then anytime Ashley wanted to get him a gift, she would just refer to that list.
Interesting.
And that was great. So.
Interesting. Although, all the tools he doesn't have that he wants is, like, that's an interesting phrase, because we don't want some tools, we want all the tools.
Oh.
So his list of tools he doesn't have that he wants was actually a list of tools he doesn't have.
So maybe it was a list of tools that he does not have that he really, really needs, or that he needs in the next year, or something like that. Or it could have been all the tools that he does not have. Who knows? That's a question for Jared.
Yeah. Although, the best investment I ever made was this tool set here from Hobby Lobby. It was
Hobby Lobby.
Yeah. It was $7.99 when I got it. And it is a magnetic screwdriver set. And I use this thing all the time. And
did you get it for 50% off?
No.
Oh, sad.
And it works great. And it's made pretty good construction. And what I really like is the screwdriver part spins at the top, so I can it can be one-handed. I don't need two hands with the screwdriver.
That's fun.
Which is really nice. Okay, I went to hobbylobby.com, and it is indeed still $7.99.
Okay.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah.
Anybody.
They often have sales, and when I went to get beads to make bag charms, they had, like, this big pack that was like 40 or 50% off. was great. And I was like, yay, Hobby Lobby. They often have stuff on sale.
What is a bag charm? Is that like an occult thing?
And a what?
Occult thing?
No.
No.
What do you mean? What do you mean occult thing?
I thought it was like one of their like things they do in the occult, like put charms on stuff.
Oh, no. This is just like beads. I mean, you can like put charms on it or seashells or whatever. So it was like our winter project when it was snowing this year. Remember that one really big snowstorm? So me and my sisters all went to Hobby Lobby and we got beads and we're like, we're going to make bag charms. It's a craft thing we can do on a snowy day. And then we've just like really been into it ever since. And we went to Florida in March and we got like a bunch of little tiny seashells and we drilled holes in them and attached them to like the beads and the string.
Okay. Interesting.
And then you like attach it on your purse or on your bag or on your wallet, whatever. Ree even attached one on her hydro jug.
Okay.
It just adds a little whimsy, you know?
Adds a little whimsy. Interesting. Do you prefer bigger or smaller wallets, though? Because I know a lot of women have like those wallets that are basically a small purse. It's like the size of a bill, and it's like zippered.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
well,
and then like
I prefer.
I have the Ridge wallet, so it's pretty thin. Here.
Wait, I want to see.
There.
Oh, yeah. No, I prefer like a small wallet. Like mine is just like a little rectangle kind of thing, and then I put it in my belt bag.
Okay.
So like if it's much bigger, then it won't fit in my belt bag, you know, or like in my purse or whatever. Because I have a couple purses that are really small.
Okay. Interesting. I don't understand though. Why do women have to have multiple purses though? Why can't you just have one?
Because they won't like. What if the purse doesn't go with your outfit?
Just
because if you have a black purse that's like really like small and chic, and you have like brown leather flats or like sneakers that don't go with it, or you know, if you have the wrong color shoes or the wrong color whatever, then you need a different color bag or like a different style, depends on the style you're going for. So it's good to have options, you know. Well, you probably wouldn't understand, but all the girls listening definitely will.
Black goes with everything though. If you have a black bag, it'll go with everything, especially if
yeah,
it's leather.
but like not always the style. You know, it might be like this big huge tote bag, and depends where you're going. It's not really practical. Because if, like, say for example, you have this like big huge black tote bag, and that's your purse. Well, what happens when you go thrifting? You get into the thrift store, and you want both of your hands empty, so you can be looking through the racks, and they see you with this big tote bag, and they're like, "What are you doing? You're probably putting stuff in there. We need to see your bag. What are you gonna do?" You need a smaller bag that's like a belt bag that you can just put over your shoulder, across your body, and both of your arms are empty, or both of your hands are empty, and you can just your thing. So it's good to have options.
Okay. What's the weirdest thing you put in it? So I was reading a Reddit thread the other day, and it was about the weirdest things people put in their bags.
No, I don't put weird stuff in mine because I don't have much room. Mine's pretty small, so I just have my money, my wallet, credit cards, some cash, my driver's license, some gift cards if I have them. I have a chapstick in there, some tissues, and then I have my coins. Yeah, that's about it. Maybe a pen.
Just a pen?
Yeah, probably.
Oh. I don't leave home without a pen usually. I usually have multiple.
No, there's no need for me to have multiple.
Interesting. Very interesting. You should stick a calculator in your purse. It is so useful to just have a calculator with you.
Yeah, but I have that on my phone.
Well, you see, I deleted the calculator app.
What? Why?
Because I have a calculator, and I can just do the math in my head if I really need to.
Okay, so if you can do the math in your head, then why bother with a calculator?
Because I got this really fancy calculator. It's the TI-36 Pro, And it's
Okay, that does not look like it would fit in my very small purse. That is a big calculator.
This is not a big calculator. I've seen like huge calculators before.
Can you compare it to something?
Here's another calculator I have, which is the Algebra FX 2.0. So here's them side by side. And what's great about the TI-36
Wait,
Pro
can you hold them up again?
Sure. What's great about this one is I can
They
do...
look the same size.
But they're not. This one's bigger. See? It's bigger. See, look.
Are
I can put this
like...
one in front. And see?
Okay, yeah.
It's bigger.
I see that. Okay. Barely, though.
I don't know.
It's like the size of a book.
No. See, look. Here's my phone. Here's the calculator. They're like the same size.
Yeah. Yeah, the calculator's a little bigger. Okay.
Yeah. Oh boy, my phone's on 2%.
Oh boy.
But the great thing about this calculator is I can do all sorts of scientific evaluations. I can do calculus on here. I can do log, natural log, which is great. And I can use imaginary numbers. And it's great for math.
And what is that helpful for, may I ask?
Which part?
The imaginary numbers.
If I have to like do comparisons with like degrees that aren't in, I think it's standard form. Because like if the degree is expressed as, how would they express it? Let me look this up real quick. Let's see. I can't find it. Okay, it would be expressed as A plus B multiplied by J. And yeah, that's how it would be expressed, I think. And so what's useful is I can express the imaginary number as a variable, so I don't have to use square root of -1. And so it won't try to evaluate it. And it'll keep it as it is. So it's useful if I'm like writing stuff down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. See, like, I don't think I would ever use that. So I'll just stick to my phone calculator.
Okay.
And then I don't need to worry about this other device in my wallet or in my purse taking up room. So.
Thing. Well, that is like all the time we have for today. It was awesome speaking to you once again. And yep. Have a good rest of your day, and I hope all the people listening have a good day. And yeah, that's it.
Thanks for having me on.
No problem.